So what'd you think about your first time?
Not too bad.
Yeah. Appreciate you coming to my rescue. So what I'm talking about, I didn't record it, but Jason here saved me from drowning today. First time in Panama City Bay, and I flipped the boat trying to get something out of my back pocket. With outriggers on, I might add. Yeah, good grab, buddy. Anyway, we've had a good time. We caught some good fish. Had to throw some back. Had a trout under slot. Had a flounder under, and I got this bad boy. Nice looking trout. I don't know how well you can see it, but good trout. Anyway, the water's barely cold inside of there. No, I'm saying in the cooler, so we need to get that sorted out. What is going on, everybody? Aaron Collins, drone pilot, back here again. I wanted to post a quick video. Haven't posted in 3 weeks, and I felt like an explanation was warranted. So 4 weeks ago, we went down to the Gulf of Mexico and went fishing, and I had a pretty rough experience, but it was all in all a good experience. A buddy of mine, Jason Landers, and I went down, and we put in by the Hathaway Bridge down in Panama City, and we did a lot of trout, redfish, flounder, fish type style fishing. Within the first 30 minutes though, I flipped my kayak. So I was very fortunate to have Jason there with me to help me keep calm. But also, he's also to blame if I were to be stressed out, because as I recall, on the way down there, he was showing me nothing but videos of when sharks attack kayaks. So nothing better to think about than sharks attacking your kayak when you roll it, in the bay. And the thing is, I've been in the bay numerous times, and I've been in there in boats, and I've seen the size of some of the sharks that are in the bay. Just because it's in the bay does not mean they're not big fish in there. So, but anyway, we did pretty good. We caught some Spanish mackerel, we caught some trout, we caught some overslot trout, we caught some slot trout, we caught, I don't think we caught a keeper flounder, but we did catch some keeper mackerel and stuff like that. But we had a great time after the fact. But the whole thing is that I think the stress levels from thinking about having to record and do these kind of things after I flipped the boat was kind of out the window. It was more of a catching fish expedition at that point, and I was like not wanting to worry about it. So basically what had happened was, I have a little, the little SA face mask that I wear, and I've done this 100 times. I think I was feeling a little bit too arrogant. I had the outriggers on the boat, and I had it in my back pocket. When I reached over, I would reach way over the gunnel, and the only thing I remember was saying, "Oh no," because I did not tether my rod, my favorite rod and reel setup, which is my BG 3000. I did not have it tethered, and I had another tackle box in there full of swim baits and jigs, a couple $100 worth. So a couple $100 worth rod and reel setup and tackle, and lost everything. Well, lost those two things. I had 3 other rod and reels tethered that didn't go anywhere, obviously, because they were tethered, but there was a significant amount of cleanup. The reels, I will say this, I know it's not good to dip any reel in completely submerged in salt water, but I will tell you this, that the BG reel that I just bought for sure held up better than the 2 pins that I had. So I was actually really surprised. I have a Penn Battle 2 5000 and a Penn Spin Fisher 5 6500. So the 6500 is on a heavier setup. It's on a shorter jigging rod, and then I have a BG 8000 that's on a shorter style, like a 5'10" jigging rod, and I have the two 7-foot setups, which was a Battle 2 3000 and a BG 3000. And I'll tell you what, that 5000 and the 6500 the gears were like noticeably more noisy after this trip. And another thing is that the one I shouldn't have worried about, because it has a gasket on the body of it, is the Spinfisher 5, and it had the most water in it. Actually, the seal actually ended up holding the water inside of the reel, and I took the thing completely apart and cleaned it, and it's still not the greatest. So anyway, that's a whole bunch of stuff that's been happening, but I've been doing a lot of freshwater fishing, and pretty unsuccessful. I mean, I've literally caught bass that were the size of the jig that I was using. So I've been targeting, fish here lately, and circumstances are preventing me. Some things are preventing me from being able to get out there as early as I would like to. I've been missing topwater bites. In the next upcoming weeks, we're going to be focusing on that heavily, getting out there in the mornings, getting that topwater bite, and fishing until noon. So the way it's been working here lately is I've been kind of waiting on other people and going fishing and not getting out there until 9. And that's not really any kind of way to do it. If you're going to the Gulf, 9 o'clock's okay. You still have the incoming tide and stuff like that, where the fish are still biting until 10, 11 o'clock. They're always biting, but not in the river systems. The water gets just too hot. The fish start suspending down. From the morning times, they're moving out of that shallow stuff and they're going down into 14, 18, 20 foot of water, because the temperatures are above 82, 84 degrees. So anyway, got to get out there a little earlier, start attacking that first thing in the morning bite a little better. But I got some upcoming stuff, so I'm going to throw in some quick video of me just absolutely wasting time, and which is kind of what I didn't want to do. And I have a video I recorded in the car that I wasn't going to put in here, or I was thinking about putting here, but I guess I'm not now because I'm recording this one. But anyway, I'll probably throw in another clip of us being down there, me thanking my buddy Jason Andrews. Big shout out, buddy. I appreciate you. Helped me stay calm in that whole situation. And I really, had a great time fishing with you, and I'm looking forward to going back again, which, this time we're definitely going to record something. So anyway, I appreciate you guys coming back to the channel. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you haven't. I really appreciate your feedback, and we'll see if we can't get you some more better content coming out here directly. Thanks for watching.
So Adam, how many fish you caught today so far? Well, my over and under coming into today was like 0. But I realized I couldn't do that because you couldn't catch negative fish, right? So it had to be 1. I went with the under. But with an optimistic over. It was an optimistic under, excuse me. Dude, why do you think, like, I needed to, like, mess with this thing for a second, so I come over here in the shade and I parked it. Were you? So I got this little thing right here, Adam. It's called a whip anchor. Allows me to park the boat. You just kind of like push it down into the ground. You can kind of like fish these little spots like this for a few minutes and then move along. So for the 3rd time, the 2nd time today, I threw this thing and the line broke. Luckily, the dang braid floated, So I was able to like pedal over to it really quick and like snatch the braid up out of the water and pull the lure out of the water, or that would have been the second one. So it's really hard to like chunk these bait casters hard with this, like especially with this one. This is only 10-pound braid, and then like when I backlash it, it makes that line like get really weak and stuff. And so that's what's been happening as I've been snapping it, because I've been throwing the hell out of it.